The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, this is the official post-fight review for Claressa Shields versus Abigail Montez. And listen, it's never happened before, and it may never happen again. But ladies and gentlemen, Claressa Shields has lost a fight. She's lost a fight. She lost a decision to Abigail Montez. Couple of the judges, one judge scored it in Claressa's favor, 29-28. The other two scored it in favor of Montez, 29-28. We'll get to the review later, but listen, the main idea of this video, breaking news, all right, breaking news. Jake Paul trolls the living shit out of Claressa Shields. Now, Claressa Shields, for those of you who don't know, she was asked in the press conference not too long ago, leading up to this fight, would she ever fight on a Jake Paul undercard? And she pretty much shot down that opportunity. She said that I will never fight on a Jake Paul undercard. I'm a real fighter, you know, and I could probably beat up Jake Paul, right? So she wrote a lot of checks with her mouth that she didn't cash against Abigail Montez. Abigail Montez defeated Claressa Shields. Abigail Montez, Claressa Shields opened a big can of worms, and Abigail Montez, with her beating Claressa Shields opened herself up to a lot of criticism. So now Jake Paul has taken to Twitter to criticize her, and he pretty much just said, as you guys saw in the beginning of this video, he said, look, man, you know, karma really is something. Karma is something. He said that Claressa Shields got exposed, and she will never be the Gwoat like Amanda Serrano, because Amanda Serrano, she's 2-0 in MMA, 2 wins by submission. She's got 31 knockouts in 42 fights, and he's propping up, you know, Amanda Serrano, who he's got signed to his promotional company, Most Valuable Promotions. So, you know, Jake Paul doing what Jake Paul does best, stirring up the pot and letting Claressa Shields have it, laying down the smackdown on Claressa Shields, folding Claressa Shields up on Twitter like a blue steel chair. So, you know, Jake Paul, never, ever a dull moment with him, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of backlash and a lot of back and forth. And I'll be here to cover it all on True School Sports. It's gonna really be something, man. But like, look, this is going to show you at all times. I like Claressa. I've met Claressa in real life multiple times. I've been knowing Claressa for a lot of years. I've covered Claressa Shields going all the way back to 2016. I've seen Claressa spar all the way back in 2016 at the old Fifth Street Gym on Alton Road. She was sparring guys. And the videos on this channel, if you don't believe me, I got a soft spot for Claressa Shields because I've really been able to see her process and growth over the years. But it's been funny, man. Like, Claressa, I like her, but like sometimes the girl that I met in person and the girl that I see in front of the cameras sometimes don't match up, and I really feel like it does hurt her because she's such a sweet, nice individual, but she doesn't really show it on camera. She talks a lot, and I feel like it hurts her, and it puts a target on her back, you know. And she's backed it up her whole career. But on nights like this, where you don't back it up and you're not fortunate to get the victory, you open yourself up to a lot of criticism, and I hope that she's able to take it. Now, credit to her. You know, I saw her talking to Abigail Montez after the fight was over. She seemed to be in good spirits. She seemed to have good sportsmanship, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's next for Claressa Shields because I feel like she has a lot of options in her career. You know, she could either come back to boxing, and you know, she just recently signed a promotional deal with that new promotional company, Boxer. Which is, you know, created by Ben Shalom out there in the UK, who's like my age, 26 years old, and fights Savannah Marshall, and that'd be a great fight, and that would further cement her legacy. Well, not cement, but it would further her legacy in boxing. I can't say it would cement her legacy in boxing because her legacy in women's boxing and what she's done for the sport of boxing for the women is already cemented. You know, 2-time gold medalist, multiple-time undisputed champion, still undefeated in boxing, a great fighter, a true legend of the sport, Claressa Shields. But to further her legacy, I think the Savannah Marshall fight would be great. You know, Savannah Marshall out there is a fighter that a lot of people are pegging as the woman to beat Claressa Shields in women's boxing. You know, and she is still undefeated in that. So that would be a great fight. And maybe she doesn't come back to boxing. And maybe this loss against the tough, rugged, very formidable Mexican Abigail Montez, maybe it gets that fire in her belly even more to continue pursuing her MMA career because now she's tasted defeat. She sees it as a challenge, and she wants to continue furthering her pursuits in the sport. But, yo, interesting night. It's a very interesting Friday night. You know, Jake Paul trolling the living shit out of Claressa Shields, saying, basically, in his own words, what Jake Paul saying to Claressa Shields is that karma is a bitch, and you should have never said what you said about me at the press conference. And, you know, she did say a lot. She said, oh, I'll beat him up. She said that I'm a real fighter. Don't disrespect me. This, that, and the third. And my thing is this, man. You can't be complaining about not getting paid, not getting equal TV time, and then when somebody asks you about an opportunity where you could get great pay and get great TV time like your counterpart, man, Serrano did, when you shoot it down in a disrespectful manner, you know, it opens you up to a lot of criticism. So you gotta listen. When it comes to life, you gotta be able to be you gotta always be a step ahead of the next man. You gotta be able to move, as a good friend of mine once said, you gotta be able to move with precision and finesse. And Claressa Shields didn't do that, and that's why she's getting absolutely destroyed on Twitter by Jake Paul. So it is what it is. I wish her the best. I'm still gonna keep covering her career. I'm still a big Claressa Shields supporter and fan. I consider her a friend of the channel. But yeah, that's the news. You guys let me know what you think. Claressa Shields takes her first loss. It may never happen again. Jake Paul trolls the shit out of her and proclaims that Amanda Serrano is the GOAT. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just kidding, Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys.